If giant anime katanas that shoot red beams of death out of their blades are what you're into, then look no further than the Dragon-Hunter Great Katana. It is an awesome strength and dexterity scaling katana that the Shadow of the Erdtree provides for you. To get it, you need to head to the castle front side of Grace and take the path to the southeast. After following this path for a while, you'll come across the Dragon Pit. This cave is quite expansive with many hidden enemies waiting to jump out and destroy you, but do not be afraid because I am here to show you all of these enemies, this being one of them. Be aware all of these enemies are the type that once you kill them, their spirits are still in the skeleton, so you'll have to hit them again once they are dead. A really good way to deal with any of the bigger enemies in this dungeon is just to use a big poise attack, something that'll break their stance and allow you to crit them from the front or the back. Don't be fooled by any of these signs, though, that people leave on the ground saying hidden wall or anything like that. They're lying. This is not a hidden wall, but there are a lot of smithing stones in here for you to collect. Now, be cautious as you run down this hallway because there's an enemy waiting to gank you. Boom. See, I didn't know he was there. I actually jumped out of my seat right there. It scared me quite a bit. I did teabag him a little bit. Not proud of that one, but it happened, so we're just gonna move on from there. If you are playing online or with an online connection, one of the great things about dungeons like these is people will often leave notes if you really are trying to be cautious or are afraid of enemies hiding. They're often telling you, hey, look out. Sometimes they try to bamboozle you, but most of the time they're pretty chill. In this room, there are a few enemies that you'll need to worry about. Again, you have another giant enemy here. He actually ends up dropping a glaive for me, just kind of a normal glaive that I don't ever want to use. But if you break his stance, you should be able to go invincible while the other enemy is shooting arrows at you like a lunatic. But it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. Now you just want to quickly make your way up to the archer and take care of him. Once you are done with the archer, head back to that stone pedestal where you see an item on the ground. Be wary, though, because there is a gank here as well, where these monsters just climb out of the ground. You get your shadow rune, too, but these guys try to kill you. They're easy. Just handle them quickly. You can jump off this ledge here. I wouldn't recommend it. You can shoot people with your bow if you want. I just run around the corner, though. It's easy. It's simple. I actually took this kindly spirit's advice and went up to take out this archer first because there's a few enemies down below that I didn't want to deal with a guy shooting me again. Even though they don't do a whole lot of damage, I just didn't want to deal with it. After I killed all the enemies here, I would actually recommend heading up the stairs. Be warned, though, because there's two bosses up here. The first is this stair boss that gets the best of me for a few seconds. The second, you see an item out there, a lowly little item. But what's that around the corner? It's a magma worm. If your build's anything like mine, though, or you have a weapon or ability that deals a huge amount of poise damage, you should not have too much trouble with the magma worm, even though they have a lot of health. You will be rewarded with a dragon heart as well as an ancient dragon smithing stone. I really needed one of those, so I was really happy to stumble upon this in the Dragon Pit. So like any good FromSoft game, the item in the corner baiting us into a boss fight is, of course, a piece of garbage. It's just some knot resin. Although there is 2 smithing stone 5s in here, which is okay, but the real reward of this room is the dragon heart as well as the ancient dragon smithing stone. Head down these stairs to get to the real reward in this pit, though. Of course, I missed an enemy here, so I just gotta handle them real quick. Just hold on a second. Just hold on 1 second. Just punch them a little bit. Yeah, now we send their spirit to the abyss, and we're good to go. Picking up where we left off, you just got to run down the stairs. You'll find a little plaque on the ground that says, "Be brave, show no fear." And that's actually telling you what to do here. You just want to run towards the edge and jump off. That's right, jump into the deep, dark hole. And, oh look, a boss fight. Yay! Well, at this point in the dungeon, I was out of all healing items entirely. So I go in here entirely unprepared to fight this ancient dragon man, which if you have explored the areas I have, actually invaded my game 2 or 3 times already. If I remember correctly, you actually get invaded by him as well on the path to the dragon pit that I showed you on the map earlier. I found the best way to actually fight the ancient dragon man was just to be very aggressive. I used a lot of heavy attacks, a lot of jumping attacks that kind of chained together and staggered him a bit. But that was, for me, the best way to fight him. One thing to be cautious of, though, when fighting him is, like all other humanoids, he does have a flask to drink from. Flum? That's not a word. He has a flask to drink from. So if you think you're doing well and he heals up, don't be afraid. You got him. He's only got one, and you can use him trying to heal again later on as an opening to kill him. Once he is defeated and you are victorious, you will be rewarded with the Dragon-Hunter's Great Katana. Like I said, this thing is extremely cool with strength and dexterity scaling, has blood loss buildup, and its weapon skill is called Dragon Wound Slash. Using the weapon skill, coats the armament with a jagged gravel stone aura before performing High Leaping Slash. Charging the attack also fires off the aura. If you follow this pathway and not take the little teleport out, you will actually head into another area filled with dragons and baddies and monsters. One of the coolest boss fights I've ever seen in a FromSoft game is further along this zone, so I would highly recommend making your way along. It is really difficult, it's quite hard, so if you are feeling underleveled at this point or that Dragon Man was a little challenging, I would recommend coming back later. There are a bunch of new dragon incantations, though, at an altar further up the path, so if you are using dragon spells, dragon incantations, I would recommend just sprinting through to that if you want those. Now, if you found this video helpful, be sure to subscribe because I'm always uploading new tips, tricks, and other Elden Ring related content. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace.